All right, to start our project for today, I'm going to create a long skinny oval that's a little bit below the halfway mark of my page. So I'm just going to make it go this way and then come back around, and it does not need to be perfect, but the most important part is that you want to make sure it's closed. It shouldn't have any openings. Then from each side of my bowl, I'm going to draw a line that curves down and inward. So it's going to come in like this, and the same thing is going to happen on the other side like that. And then we're just going to connect these two lines with a line that's not exactly straight but curves just a little bit down and then back up. And again, the most important thing is that you are making sure that everything is all closed. Now after this, I'm going to add a table line. So I'm going to go down a little bit below the oval that I made, touching the bowl, and I'm going to just draw a line that comes straight over to the side. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side of my bowl. It's going to be my ground line for this picture. Now, just like before, the most important part is that I make sure that this line touches all the way to the edge. There shouldn't be any opening, otherwise when I fill these in, it'll leak to other parts. Then I'm going to choose a color for my bowl. So I think for my bowl, I'm going to go with sort of this pinkish purple color. And the most important place to look when you're thinking about your color is underneath the rainbow. Right now it still shows that it's black. Even though this is purple here, this is the color that I draw with. So I have to be careful that I also move this little circle to a different part of that rectangle. And as I do, you'll notice that the color under here changes. So if you watch this rectangle, as I move this around, the color changes. So find the color that you like under here, and then we're going to use that to fill it in. So I'll go up here, and instead of just coloring it in like this, I'm going to use a fill tool. So I'll undo that and go back to my fill bucket and just click one time inside of here, and now it's changed the color to purple. And then I'm going to use a brown color for inside of my bowl. So I'm actually going to go here where the orange is and then move this down until it becomes brown and fill this in, since our bowl is filled with either sand or dirt. Then I'm also going to pick a color for the wall and also the table. So I think for my wall, I'm going to use a blue, kind of a light grayish blue. I kind of like that color right there. I'll move it up a little bit and make my wall blue. And then I think my table is going to be yellow. The only color you don't really want to use for your wall is green, since we're going to have cacti in there and you won't be able to see them. So I'll fill that in. And now I'm finished with sort of that first step. To start adding cacti, I'm going to go up here to layers, press plus sign, and my cacti are going to start in layer 2. Then I'm going to go back here, change to a brush, move this back down to black, and I'm going to start by making a large oval for my first cacti back here. So I'm just going to make a really large oval in the background. That's going to be my very first cacti. I could also give it a little arm that's sort of sticking out here. Okay, and then I want to fill it in using any color green. Just like last time, it's really important that you don't leave any spaces open, because if something's open somewhere, then it's going to leak out. So I'm going to come up here to my fill tool, pick a color green. Again, any color, it's sort of up to you. Just each of your cacti should be different colors. And then fill it in with your green color. And that's about as far as we got today. So whenever you finish with your steps, you always want to make sure that you save. So I'm going to go back up here to this little blue arrow that points to a blue line, and I'm going to make sure that I click it. When I do that, you may have noticed it popped down here, and that shows me that it has saved and it will be ready for next time. So don't forget to save anytime you are working.